Hey yo, what's good? Welcome back to Annie Recapped. Today we're bringing you a show called Shikimori Isn't Just a Cutie. A very interesting title, so let's find out what the show is about. Before we move on though, do subscribe to Annie Recapped to stay up to date with world's most amazing animes to watch. Now let's get right into it. The story starts with Yu getting ready to go meet his girlfriend Shikimori so they can go to the school later for their first class. Yu's mother, Motoko, instructs him to take care of himself as Yu suffers from extremely bad luck. He has multiple little accidents on the way before he finally meets Shikimori, who saves Yu from getting hit by a truck. They go to school where Yu gets all nervous, thinking if they will be in the same class or not. He even prays to God to keep him and Shikimori together again this year. Later, Yu finally checks the class list and gets excited as they are in the same class. They later meet up with their friends Shu Inuzuka, Kyo Nekozaki, and Yui Hachimitsu, who are also in the same class as them. The teacher asks the students to give an introduction and starts with Yu, who manages to incorrectly pronounce his name somehow, which makes the whole class laugh. Afterwards in class, Shikimori manages to stop a duster from hitting Yu's face like she has some ability that allows her to save Yu every time. She then goes out and their classmates tease Yu by saying how he managed to get Shikimori to be his girlfriend and also warn him to not end up harming Shikimori with his bad luck. Shikimori overhears them and gives them a scary look before leaving with Yu. Shikimori and Yu go to a bowling alley with their friends, but even there, Yu's bad luck didn't spare him as his balls would curve, always only hitting one bin. Neko and Yui tell Shikimori to not score as Yu will think she's cute because of it, but when she hears Yu cheering for her, she scores a perfect score and surprises everyone at the bowling alley. After their adventure, Shikimori asks Yu to walk her home, which he agrees to. While they were walking, Shikimori stops a newspaper from hitting his face without even looking. Yu feels pathetic because he doesn't do a thing for her and she protects him all the time. Shikimori gets frustrated by it when suddenly a signboard falls on top of Yu, but Shikimori manages to kick it away mid-air. She then consoles Yu by saying that all he needs to do is stay with her. Yu thinks that she is extremely cool, so he confesses his love for her, which makes her blush. The next episode starts with Yu and Shu talking about winning the football game they will have today, while Yu also hopes that he won't get hurt playing it. Shikimori, who joined the volleyball team, came to check on Yu and to ask him about the timing of his football game. Thinking that he will probably play poorly in football, he decides to focus all his attention on cheering Shikimori on her game, but his plan is ruined when he finds out that their games overlap each other, and there is only a 20-minute difference between them. Shikimori gets sad as Yu might not be there for her during her match with the best volleyball team in the school, but Yu grabs her hand and wishes her the best, which makes her face all red. During the football game, Yu's bad luck comes knocking as he trips and misses the ball several times. Shikimori, who is watching the game, tries to send her good luck towards him. As they were playing, Yu notices Shikimori, who warns him about the incoming ball, but Yu gets hit in the face nonetheless. She takes Yu to the infirmary where she tries to cheer him up as he is feeling pathetic. Before going for her game, she teases Yu, which makes him blush, but when she goes outside, she blushes herself as thinks that she went too aggressive with him. Later on the volleyball court, all the girls are drooling over Kamiya, who is one of the best volleyball players in the school. As they were talking, Shikimori comes, but Kamiya turns her face away and the game starts. As the football game is over, Shu and Yu decide to watch their volleyball match. Shikimori is playing exceptionally well, but still, her team is 4 points below the other team. Yu cheers for her, which motivates her as she gets even more serious. Eventually, her team wins by getting 2 more points than the other team. Later in the class, Yu congratulates Shikimori for winning the game. Shikimori says that it all happened due to him cheering for her. As they were talking, a bunch of fangirls came and wanted to meet with Shikimori. Some days later, Neko and Shikimori are surrounded by the girls who are trying to get pictures with them. Shu saves Yu from an incoming ball through the window. Shikimori tries to go to them, but her path is blocked by the fans. As Yu was heading home, he felt bad for causing a lot of trouble for Shu, who saved him for the whole day as Shikimori wasn't with him. Yu slips down the stairs, but Shikimori comes just in time to save her. She is angry as he was going home, thinking that she might not be able to or want to go with him as she is so popular, but she says that she only wants to go with him. They both confess that they were lonely without each other. Afterward, they go home together. The next day at school, Shu gives Yu movie tickets that he got from his senpai at work. He tells him to take someone with him as he can't watch a film because of his work. Shikimori, who is hearing their conversation, gets jealous as she is waiting for Yu to ask her out. When he does ask her out, she immediately replies yes to all his questions. Later at home, Yu gets excited thinking about going with Shikimori to watch a film, but he suddenly remembers all the problems that his bad luck has caused for them whenever they want to go outside, so as a precautionary measure, he brings a solution for every problem they had faced earlier. As he continued to gather all the solutions, his bag got so heavy that he fell when he picked it up. Meanwhile, Shikimori is also flustered thinking about her movie date with Yu. She tries multiple dresses for tomorrow, but struggles to choose any. As she was sitting in her bed all worried, her brother came and said all the best to her, which boosted her motivation. The next day, Yu left his home early as his bad luck will probably cause a delay for him. He also lost his backpack, which had all the solutions for the potential problems that may arise. He meets with Shikimori and gets mesmerized by how beautiful she is looking. They board a train where Yu's face gets all red, imagining what might happen when they will watch a movie. Shikimori notices his face and thinks that he might have a fever, but Yu denies it. When they reach the cinema, they get confused about which movie to watch. Yu tells Shikimori to choose the movie as she always leaves the choice to Yu, so this will be an opportunity for Yu to know her better. Shikimori chooses a horror movie, which makes Yu excited as he will be able to show his masculine side to her when she will get scared. But the opposite happened, as Shikimori ended up comforting Yu, who was scared out of his wits during the whole movie. After the movie is finished, they went to eat something, but Yu dropped his wallet again, even though he tied a string to it. As they were walking, they met Yu's parents, who invited them to eat at home as Yu lost his wallet. The scene then shifts to the dinner table at Yu's house, where Shikimori is enjoying the food. Afterward, she offers to wash up the dishes with Motoka as Yu slept after eating. There, Motoka asks a favor from Shikimori to never stop liking Yu, even though she faces a lot of trouble because of his bad luck. Shikimori doesn't think about this as a defect and praises Yu nonetheless, as even though he faces so much, he is still nice to others. Later, Motoka wakes up Yu as Shikimori is going home soon. As he woke up, he saw Shikimori playing games with his dad Akisada. Shikimori thanks Yu's parents for hosting her. They also tell her that she can come whenever she wants. Yu goes along with Shikimori to walk her home. On the way, Shikimori asks what movies he likes. When Yu says that he likes buddy movies, Shikimori makes a plan to watch a buddy movie that is releasing next month. Yu and his friend are sitting at their school's rooftop as they plan where they should go during the summer vacation. Yu goes under the sunlight and gets startled by it immediately, as he has zero resistance to sunlight. Shikimori offers him water while Yu brings an umbrella. They plan on going to the beach and the sea, but Shu declines the plan by saying that they should go to a river for Yu as he can't handle the sunlight. They are suddenly reminded of Yu's bad luck, but Shikimori says that she will take care of him. After that last class before the summer vacations, the group decides to go shopping for some swimsuits. Yu sees a girl on a poster with a swimsuit, which causes Shikimori to run away in shame. She then picks the same swimsuit that the girl on the poster was wearing, but Neko stopped her as she knows that Shikimori is just being competitive. In a flashback, Neko talks with Yu about being friends with Shikimori as she finds her to be the ideal cute girl for everyone. During a basketball game against Shikimori, Neko gets to see the competitive side of Shikimori, which excites her even more as she has never seen a girl like her. After the game is over, Neko invites her to eat lunch together, which she agreed. In the present, she takes her to find a proper swimsuit for the vacations. After they were done shopping, the girls joined the boys who were studying. Yu asks Shikimori about what she bought, which causes her face to go all red as she can't tell him what she bought. The scene then shifts to Yu and Shikimori walking back home while Yu complains about his bad luck on the way. At night, she calls Yu to check on him and to hear his voice. Yu tells her that he is really interested in constellation, but whenever he went to watch the stars with his dad, it would always rain. Hearing this, Shikimori tells him to go watch the stars with her. Yu says that they are already going to the river instead of the sea for him, so he wants to take her wherever she wants. But Shikimori says that it doesn't matter where they go as long as they are together, as seeing him happy makes her happy too. The group gets together to go to the river. When they reach the river, they are surprised that the weather is nice despite Yu's bad luck. Shu and Neko want to eat barbecue, so they all start gathering the ingredients. Yu grabs a knife and starts cutting onions as he knows how to cook most dishes, which came as a shock to everyone. While everyone was making barbecue, Shikimori made some kind of stew for Yu as he was working hard for the others. Yu tastes the stew and gets blown away by how bad it is, but still decides to eat it as Shikimori put a lot of effort into it. After they are done eating barbecue and the dessert that Yu made, Shikimori tells Yu that they should eat alone next time. The group is having fun when suddenly Yu notices a little girl being swept away by the river. Yu manages to rescue the girl but falls into the river himself when he gets a leg cramp. When Shikimori hears the little girl screaming, she immediately rushes to help Yu and pulls her out of the water. Shikimori gets angry as Yu didn't call for her. The girl he rescued and her mother thank Yu for rescuing her. While the group was playing in the river afterward, Yu complimented the swimsuit of Shikimori, which made her really happy. They later go shopping and then eat some ice cream. As Yu and Shikimori were tasting each other's ice cream, Shu came and ate it all in one bite. Yu got heartbroken by this. Shikimori, seeing Yu sad, eats Shu's ice cream in a retaliation, which causes a fight between them. After they were done adventuring the whole day, they decided to go back to their homes. On the train, everyone slept one by one as they were tired. Shikimori rests her head on Yu's shoulder, which makes him blush. He also feels happy as being friends with everyone and meeting Shikimori were the best things that happened to him. When Shikimori wakes up, she sees Shu and Yu resting their heads against each other, so in jealousy, she puts his head on her shoulder. After the train ride was over, Yu and Yui struggle to even walk as they are not used to playing this much. Yu is lying on a sofa, sick, while talking with Shikimori, who is worried about his health. As they were talking, Yu saw the news of a fireworks festival on the TV. He asks her to go to that festival. She agrees but is worried about his sunburn. Yu comforts her by saying that it will get better in a day or two. Yu is trying out his father's yukata, but it's too big for him. Mokoto remembers the time she and Akisada went out to watch the fireworks. Meanwhile, Shikimori is trying to tie her grandmother's yukata, but struggles to do it until her brother comes and ties it for her. They both meet later and compliment each other's yukata. They go to the festival and do several activities like watching a magic show. After some time, they are at a cotton candy stand where Shikimori tells Yu that she doesn't like sweet things. But since she sees Yu a lot of the time, she has grown accustomed to the sweet things a little bit. But the cotton candy is just too sweet for her. They later go to a shooting stall where Yu tried to hit a wolf plushie so he could give it to Shikimori, but like always, he misses all his shots. Shikimori then takes the gun and manages to hit every one of them. She gets the wolf plushie but gives it to Yu instead. As the sun was setting, they met up with Shu, Yui, and Neko, who were also at the fireworks festival. Yu and Shu compete in a goldfish scooping competition. Yu fails miserably, which makes Shikimori angry. She challenges Shu, but struggles to win against him herself. Neko notices that the time of the fireworks is near, so she takes Shikimori's place and tells her to go watch the fireworks. As Yu and Shikimori were rushing to reach the fireworks area, they were stopped when Shikimori's sandal broke. Walking barefoot caused blisters on Shikimori's feet, so Yu carried her on his back and went to the secret place his father told him about to watch the fireworks. Shikimori is worried about Yu as she is heavy, but Yu carries her on top of the stairs nonetheless. While they were sitting on a bench to watch the fireworks, Yu tells Shikimori that she doesn't have to try to look perfect in front of him all the time, and she can relax a little. He also mentioned that he couldn't invite her last year to watch the fireworks as he was afraid to ask her out, but Shikimori mentions that she was waiting for him to call her last year. After they watch the fireworks, Yu carries Shikimori on his back again and goes down the stairs only to slip, but Akisada manages to catch them. Akisada and Motoko were also at the secret spot, but they were never noticed by Yu and Shikimori, who were just focused on each other. Yu and Shikimori get embarrassed, thinking what if they heard everything they were talking about. And that is all for today. How will the life of these two lovebirds proceed later in the show? Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I guess we'll find out in the next episodes. Please leave us a like and subscribe to Annie Recap for more amazing content like this. Peace.